What if the people you loved most, quietly erased you from their lives? Not with a fight. Not with words. But with silence so subtle you didn't notice until it was too late. I'm Eli. I'm 33. And for years, I thought I was part of a family that cared about me, until I learned I'd become invisible. I wasn't dramatic, loud, or difficult. I was the helper. The one who remembered birthdays, brought gifts, stayed late to clean up. But little by little, I noticed things, group chats I wasn't in, jokes I didn't understand, photos where I was mysteriously cropped out. I told myself it wasn't personal. I clung to that lie far too long. Then came my nephew's birthday. I brought him a Lego set and stayed late to help clean up. It felt normal. Until I casually said, "Can't wait for the family dinner tomorrow." My cousin laughed. "Wait, you don't know. That was yesterday." I thought she was joking. She wasn't. My aunt pulled out photos, fairy lights, champagne, speeches, everyone was there, except me. And then my sister, without looking up, muttered, "Maybe take the hint next time." Those words echoed all night. Not angry, not cruel, just final. I realized I had spent years begging for a seat at a table where no one wanted me. That night, I decided to stop showing up, and start taking back what was mine. They never knew how much I'd supported them, covering home repairs, college funds, even small business expenses. All through anonymous grants from my LLC. I didn't want credit, just to feel connected. But after that night, I shut it all down. Cancelled every account. Froze every fund. The calls started a week later, confused, panicked, then angry. I didn't reply. Then came Memorial Day, the family's sacred weekend at the lake house. Legally, I owned half. But they'd been using it freely for years. This time, I filed a clause restricting access without my approval. When they arrived, laughing, until they saw me, Tara asked, "You're here?" I smiled. "It's Memorial Day." Voices rose. "Please turn to guilt trips." Finally, I said. "This isn't about one dinner. It's about respect, something this family stopped giving me a long time ago." They left angry. I stayed behind, quietly reclaiming the space they'd taken for granted. The next morning, I mailed the final piece, a signed agreement selling my half of the property to a quiet couple who would make sure no accidental visits ever happened again. Days later, the messages poured in. Confusion. Panic. Anger. But I didn't reply. I had said all I needed to say, in the silence, in the boundaries, and in the life I was finally building for myself. For the first time in years, I didn't feel invisible. I felt free.